What's up everyone, it's Kelly and today I've got another swatch review for you. So today we are talking about the new fall 2022 releases from Starrily. We've got 7 polishes to go over today and all of them are totally different finishes. But before we get into the details, if you haven't heard of Starrily before, they are an independent nail polish brand that is based in the US and all of their polishes are 5 free, meaning they are free of 5 of the potentially harmful ingredients that can be found in nail polish. They are also vegan, meaning they do not use any animal derived ingredients, and they're cruelty free, meaning they do not test their products on animals. So like I said, we've got a bunch of new finishes to go over today. We've got some toppers, we've got some flakies, we've got some holo, we've got some duochrome shimmers. So I'm just going to dive into the swatches, then we'll talk a little bit more about my thoughts on the collection, pricing, availability, all that good stuff. So roll the footage. So as with all of my swatch and review videos, I am using base coat underneath all of my swatches just to protect my natural nail and prevent any stains. Today it's the Orly Bonder base coat. So we'll start off with the shimmers. This first shade is called Fairy Fountain and it's this really beautiful soft purple base that has an intense turquoise, almost greenish shimmer running throughout. And I absolutely love this one because I feel like the temperature of the purple really changes based on how many coats you do. I think in the bottle it actually looks a little bit cooler toned. I happen to be very warm toned, so in 1 and 2 coats I think it looks very pinky on me and we get that really beautiful contrast with that shimmery color. But in the 3rd coat I found that it actually cooled down a lot, and I love shades that you can wear in various types of coats. Like I absolutely love polishes that you can wear in 1 coat or 2 coats or 3 coats and it looks somewhat different, because it always makes me feel like I'm getting multiple polishes in 1 bottle. So very excited about this one, and it's a really pretty color. Next up we have the shade Sleepy Hollow, which let me tell you, this is the bane of my existence because it's such a gorgeous polish and I absolutely could not capture the color correctly. I just feel like this one you have to see in person in order to see how stunning it is. It's this really beautiful bluish green base, and then we have an intense duochrome shimmer that shifts from an intense pink into this very vibrant green. I actually tried color correcting it, but I still don't think this is accurate, but this is as accurate as I could get it. They have a ton of swatches on their website, so definitely check those out, but this is seriously stunning. It reminds me of a green version of my collab shade Spiral, so if you like that shade, then this is definitely a great polish for you. And the opacity was just phenomenal here. Next up we have the shade Into the Woods, and this one is a gorgeous warm brown base color that has a holographic flaky running throughout, and I fell in love as soon as I saw this polish. This is actually what I'm wearing on my nails in the intro and outro, and again I just feel like it takes seeing this polish in person to see just how stunning it is. I mean, I think it looks gorgeous in the swatch, but in person, especially in the sunlight, which I will show you a little clip of the sunlight in my next what I wore on my nails this week short, just so you can see how absolutely stunning it is. But I love that subtle holographic sparkle. I love the depth of it. Again, amazing opacity. It did take 2 coats, but it just felt so perfect on. It was so easy to work with. Moving on, we have the shade Protostar, and looking at this one in the bottle, I thought it looked very similar to Into the Woods, but this one is pretty different once you apply it onto the nails. This one I would say is definitely more into purple territory. It's kind of the color of like a Hershey's wrapper, where it's somewhere in between being purple and brown, and it has this really nice depth to it. I love these deep, almost black colors, especially when they have something special going on in them, and in this case it's a scattered holographic micro glitter, and you can see it just looks absolutely gorgeous. It's like a beautiful warm night sky galaxy kind of vibe, and I just can't get enough of it. Next we have the shade Planet X, and this one is a black jelly with a rainbow of multi-chromatic flakes running throughout, and we've got all different colors and sizes going on here. And I will say this is a polish that I feel like we've been seeing a decent amount in the last year, but when it comes to formulas, I just think Starrily is unbeatable. They manage to feel very opaque in fewer coats but still have a lot of depth to them, so you can see layers of flaky. So if you don't already have a polish like this, I would definitely recommend the Starrily one, just because that's got to be one of my favorite formulas formulas ever, and it just looks really beautiful. Next up we have the shade Crunchy Leaves, and this one is a multi-chromatic flaky topper, so I'm going to show it to you on its own and then over white and black just so you can see. Now multi-chrome is a little bit different from iridescent. With iridescent flakies or glitters, they kind of change based on what color you put them over. Multi-chrome flakes keep their color regardless of what you put them over. So this one is going to look the same over any color, but the cool thing about it is just depending on the angle that you're moving your hand around, you will see so many different colors. Head on, I see a lot of pink and orange, and then it fades into yellow, and then even at extreme angles you can see a little bit of green and blue. So it's a really perfect name. It definitely gives that fall vibe, and I feel like this is such a fun topper. Even though it does look the same over any color, I think it really changes a manicure, and it just melts so beautifully into a black base. I love wearing multi-chromes over black. And last but not least, we have another topper. This one is called Firefly Jar, and this one is a little mini iridescent glitter topper. So it's nice, it's pretty sparse, so I think it's going to be very easy to work with when it comes to nail art or doing very subtle glitter gradients, or if you just want a little extra oomph on your manicure without overwhelming it with glitter. And this is what I was talking about with iridescent. It kind of changes based on what color is underneath it. So when you're looking at it over light colors, you see a little bit of the cooler tone, the blue into the purpley pink kind of shades, but then when it's over a darker color like black, you can see a lot of orange into gold and even into green. And I think this is a perfect name because when you move your nail around, it kind of looks like little fireflies glittering in the night sky. So here are all of the shades together. You can see we've got the 2 shimmery shades, the 2 toppers, and then the 3 deeper shades, and I really appreciate that there is kind of a variety going on with those darker colors. I absolutely love specialty vampy almost black colors around this time of year. So we got 3 really nice ones. They kind of look similar at a glance, but once you really peer into them, you can see a lot of gorgeous differences between like the holo flakies, the micro glitters, the multi-chrome glitters, and also those base colors just have pretty different undertones going on in them. So I think all of these shades are absolutely gorgeous. I don't know that it necessarily makes a full color story that you can wear like a lot of them at once, but I think that Starrily tends to just do releases with just different kind of vibes for the season, and I really appreciate that because I like having a nice variety of stuff to work with. So those are the polishes, and like I said, I just don't think that my camera did these justice. I think that Starrily is one of those brands that has so much depth to their products, and I just feel like it requires seeing it in real life just to understand how pretty they are. I just think there's so much going on within them, even for like the more simple finishes. They just have so much depth, they're so pretty, and the colors are just so rich in real life. And of course, I love the opacity of Starrily. I obviously love their formula a lot. It is a brand that I have loved for a really long time, and I have some collaborations with them that I've done in the past. So it's gonna be hard to disappoint me when it comes to Starrily, but honestly, I think all these colors are super gorgeous. And I also appreciate seeing some familiar finishes in there. I think there are some finishes that they just do incredibly well, and I love seeing them do new colors of them. It's kind of like when you get a sweatshirt or t-shirt or something that you absolutely love, and then you're like, I need this in every single color. That's me with the Starrily formula. So these polishes are on the Starrily website. They also have a bunch of international stockists, so I'll link their little distributor page down in the description. All of their polishes come in 15 milliliter bottles. They do have a wide flat brush that has a flat tip, and all of their polishes retail for $16 USD on the Starrily website. I also have a discount code there. You can use the code KELLI to get 10% off your whole order. So I'm gonna link that all down in the description. You can check them out if you are interested, but I would love to hear what you guys think of these. What do you think of the colors? Which is your favorite? Which finish is your favorite? Leave it all in the comments. We can chat about it. If you enjoy my swatch and review videos, please give this one a thumbs up. It lets me know I'm doing a good job. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. I put out new videos every Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday. I also do have a podcast that's not nail polish related, but it's honestly incredibly fun to make. So hopefully you guys are enjoying enjoying listening to it, but if you haven't listened to it, definitely check it out. I will put it in the description. And of course, a huge shout out to my supporters on Patreon, my Royal Astronomer, Amanda M, as well as my Cosmic Admirals, Rocky Man's Daughter, Paola, Ken, and Rosie. I really appreciate your support, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye. Today's fun fact question comes from Patreon supporter Pookie Bear, and Pookie Bear wants to know, are you a pumpkin spice latte girl, or do you just stick with your regular fave from Dunkin'? So you guys probably know by now that I am firmly a Dunkin' lover. I feel like that's the coffee that I like the flavor of the best. I honestly dislike Starbucks. I also should mention I exclusively drink decaf because I don't need more caffeine in my life, really. Honestly, I don't think I'm particularly picky when it comes to like the flavor of coffee. I enjoy it a variety of ways. I like black coffee. I like coffee with, I don't drink dairy either, so it would have to be almond or oat milk. I think it tastes good with that. I like almost every flavor of coffee that I've tried. I think they're all pretty good. Although I will say, very recently, I tried, Dunkin' has a new, I don't know if it's technically a new flavor, but when they combine their hazelnut and their pumpkin flavor, it's supposed to be like nutty pumpkin is what they call it. And I think that's a new thing that they're doing for this season. But the other day I did order a nutty pumpkin, and I gotta tell you, the nutty pumpkin does taste like blood. I've had the pumpkin flavor before, I like it. I've had the hazelnut flavor before, I like it. I have no idea why the combination to me tasted so bad. It honestly tasted like I had pennies in my mouth. So that's a flavor that I don't like. But I do in general like to try different flavors. So whenever the seasonal flavors come out, I do like to try them. When it comes to just regularly getting a flavored coffee, if I'm going for like a flavor shot, I will usually just get caramel. But I enjoy the pumpkin flavor. I think it's fun. That is it for today's fun fact. I will see you all in my next video. Bye!